we're looking at it all wrong. I mean, you started off the show by saying there's 100 million shortfall. I mean, with the money that the Irish government are giving in, and that's because of the GA interest in the stadium, by the way, with that money coming in, we're actually 120 million closer to a stadium that we've never had. Like, and the example of Ravenhill and Windsor Park, they're not good examples because they're not stadiums that we're getting international tournament attraction for. They're not stadiums that we're going to hold major concerts at. And I mean, the Ulster Championship, I mean, I know this scares people when they talk about the GA. The Ulster Championship this year is 5 weeks long. It's 5 weeks long. It's not going to be GAA taking over this thing the whole time. It's going to be multi-purpose. The first thing it's going to be used for, and the biggest thing by far for a long time, will be Euro 2028. And I mean,
where's the money go from it?
Where does the money go from? Like, we all benefit from this, though.
I acknowledge we all benefit, and the wider community benefits, and the wider community in terms of employment, in terms of experience of the big gigs, but of all of that breadth of different attractions that will come to that one stadium forever, because it's going to be the kingmaker, isn't it? It's the biggest in terms of capacity, in terms of ability to host events. The GAA is paying 15 million for a 200 million pound stadium, potentially. Where's all the money going forever?
The GAA is paying 15 million, and it's also drawing in all that money from the Irish government, which isn't just the 50 million euro, by the way. Obviously, the news this week is the amount of money going in. Is it close to 800 now? And that's train service in Belfast to Dublin. This all comes off.
But Conan, where's all the money going forever?
But it doesn't.
It's going to the GAA. Correct.
Why does that matter, though? Like, why is that such a sticking issue? Like, why, as if that wouldn't be beneficial to everybody as well? Do you know? I don't understand.
Well, how is it beneficial to the wider community in Northern Ireland if all of the money forever goes to one sport? And I'd be saying exactly the same, no matter what your man's trying to pretend here, right? Yeah, if all the money was going to football or rugby, I'd be asking exactly the same question. If the top line from our politicians is, we're now here for everybody, how come everybody isn't getting a share of the profits?
Well, partly it's because we've never been closer to a stadium like this, and that's because we already have a stadium in place, we have a site in place, and we have backing, we've got interest in place because of that. I mean, that's a big part of it. And also, like, again, I come back to the point, everybody's going to benefit from this, but it's also a model that will be like nothing else on the whole island. I mean, you haven't noticed the facilities, the stadia on this island aren't great, and this has to be something that we drive forward. Whether you want to go and drill down a bit more into who gets what, but everybody is getting something this way. Otherwise, we don't have a stadium, we don't have a tournament. Otherwise, Northern Ireland go to Dublin to play their home games if they qualify for Euro 2028. I mean, who's winning there? Belfast certainly isn't.